I hope everyone is doing well today. We'll get started with our warm-up. If you want to come to the front of your chair, let's do some big reaches overhead to set our posture. So reaching up and bringing arms down. Let's do 5 more and coordinate our breathing with it so that as you reach up, inhale, and exhale, arms down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Last one, inhale and exhale down. Bring one knee up to your chest. We're gonna hold here. You can add an ankle roll if you want to, but we'll hold here for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch legs. And again, holding here, you can add an ankle roll if you'd like to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Repeat that one more time. Knee to chest. Maybe do the ankle roll in the opposite direction this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We are going to move into our power moves. So we'll start with these really accentuating a stretch. So we'll do a power up, and then I want you to hold this position. Open up your chest wide here, pinching your shoulder blades together. Fingers are wide. That looks great. Let's do 10 more of these. So we'll come down. 1, down, 2, down, 3, down, 4, down, 5, down, 6, down, 7, down, 8, down, 9, down, and 10. As we move into the power rock, let's hold this as a stretch. So elongate your body, one long line from your arm down to that leg. See if you can straighten your fingers out wide and lift your head up at your hand. Take a couple deep breaths here, sinking into this stretch. One more deep breath. And reset in the middle. And let's power rock to the other side. Again, we're elongating one long line from our arm down to our leg. Fingers are wide, look up at your hand, and take a couple deep breaths here, sinking a little deeper into it. Good. So now let's go side to side. We'll do 10 in total. Let's count backwards from 10 this time. So this will be 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So now we're going into our power twist. Again, I want to hold the position when we twist to feel the stretch. So as I turn to clap, try to use your front hand to push your back hand further away to feel a stretch in your spine. See if you can point your front knee down towards the ground so that you're twisting at your hips too. Take another couple deep breaths here. One more. and open, reset, and let's twist to the other side. So as you twist across, use your front hand to try to push your other hand further away from the front. I'm pivoting at my hip so that my front knee is twisting down, and I'm seeing how far I can sink into this stretch. Take a couple more deep breaths here. Good, open back up, and let's go into that power twist, side to side. So let's count up by twos. We'll do 10 in total. So 10 in total, so 20. 2, open. 4, open. 6, open. 8, open. 10, open. 12, open. 14, open. 16, open. 18, open. And 20. And then our last power move is our power step. So this is where you're taking an exaggerated step out to the side with your arm and leg, and then stepping back in. And so I'm exaggerating not only how far I step, but also how high I lift my foot as I step back in, like I'm stepping over a big obstacle. So let's do 10 in total of these. Why don't we come up by 5? So we'll end at 50. And then we'll put all those moves together. So exaggerating that step, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and 50. I see some great big movements there. So let's put them all together into a flow. So we'll sequence one power move after another. We'll start slow with it, but then I'll pick up my pace as we've done it for a few times. So I'll demo it. If you feel comfortable, you can jump in with me. I'm going to start real slow. We're doing 1 power up, 1 power rock on each side, 1 power twist to each side, and 1 power step to each side. That's the only tricky transition, is when your posture is super wide for the twist, then you have to kind of bring your hands and feet back together to do that step. So let's go through 8 more repetitions of that flow. When I get done with the step, I'm going to start right back up with the power up. So we'll start slow with it and then work our way into a faster speed. So we'll start with the power up, into the power rock, open for the power twist, and power step, back to the power up, and power rock, open for that twist, and power step. So that's our second round, back to the top. Power up, power rock, open, twist, open, twist, step out, together, out, together, down, up, power rock, open, twist, step out, together, out, together. We are halfway done. Down, power up, power rock, open, twist, step out, together, out, together. Down, up, power rock, open, twist, step out, together, out, together. Last 2, down, up, power rock, open, twist, step out, together, out, together. Down, up, power rock, open, twist, open, twist, step out, together, out, together. Nice job. Good coordination with those. So we're going to jump into our intervals today. We're starting with some cardio intervals. So we'll have 3 separate exercises for each set. And your option for this first one, if you want to do it with or without weights, it's going to be a pulse squat. I'll demo the first 3 exercises first. You don't have to start right away. I'm going to show you all 3. So it's going to be a pulse squat where I'm going to have my hands in front of me. You can hold your weights in front of you too. And I'm going to do 3 pulses. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to do a power up. So 3 pulses. 1, 2, 3, power up. That's the first exercise. The second one is I am going to use my weights for this one. I'm going to do 2 marches with opposite arm and leg. So 2 marches, and then I'm going to sit down, stand up, 1, 2, sit down, stand up, 1, 2, and I'll repeat that for my interval. And then the third one is going to be a cross body punch. So twist and punch, and really try to pivot like you're pivoting for that power rock, how you're starting to turn that leg, except I'm using the opposite hand. Turning and pivoting. I guess it would be more appropriate like how you pivot when you do that power twist, how you pivot on that back leg. Pivot and punch. All right. So those are the 3 exercises that we will start with. We're going to do 2 rounds through all of those, and then we'll take a longer break. We're doing a minute on and 30 seconds off. So go ahead and join me in standing. We'll start with that 3 pulse squat and then a power up. If you are staying seated, instead of the squat, you can do a glute set where while you're sitting, you're bracing your bottom muscles for the pulse and then doing a power up and sitting. So your option with or without weights for this one. I'm going to get our timer started and let's begin. So 3 pulses, 1, 2, 3, power up. And repeat that, 1, 2, 3, power up. As I squat, I'm sitting my hips back like I'm sitting in a chair. 2, 3, power up. Looking good, everybody. And today's all about cardio. So as you get the rhythm, pick up your speed. Halfway done. Make sure that you're not just bending at your back, but that your knees are bent. 10 seconds to go. And rest. 30 seconds to rest. And then we're getting into our 2 marches with a sit to stand. So you'll kind of want to orient yourself in front of your chair. When you're sitting down or standing up, you can absolutely use your hands to help you if you need it. About 5 seconds to get ready for this next set. All right, and begin. So we have 2 marches. Sit down, stand up, 2 marches. Looking good. Opposite arm and leg for that march. Looking good, everybody. You are halfway done. Little over 10 seconds. Keep pushing. And rest. 30 seconds to rest. And then we have that last exercise. It's that cross body punch. Fifteen seconds to get ready and into position. So with this cardio, we're doing high intensity with short rest breaks to keep that heart rate up. All right, let's begin. So cross and punch and pivoting on my back foot. You can do this sitting or standing. Good job, everybody. I am pausing in the middle so that I can use a lot of intensity to initiate that punch. So stop in the middle and then punch to the other side. That looks great. 15 seconds to go. Nice job. 30 seconds to rest. And then we're going back to that 3 pulse squat. You guys are doing awesome. About 10 seconds. We have one more round through each of those. Then we'll take a longer rest break. 3, 2, and 1. 3 pulse squat. Make sure you're sitting your hips back. Don't just bend at your back. And then a power up. 2, 3, power up. Arms can stay bent or they can be straight. Doesn't matter. Just make sure your knees are doing the work and not your back. Good job, everybody. My rule of thumb, if you know that your back's not doing the work, is I should be able to read the letters on your shirt so that your chest stays up. Good job, 15 seconds. Three, 2, and 1. Great work. 30 seconds to rest. 2 more exercises of the circuit. Doing a great job. Next, we're going back to the 2 marches and then the sit to stand. You can also do the marches in sitting if you don't feel comfortable doing them in standing. So your choice. All right, here we go. Opposite arm and leg, 2 marches, sit down, stand up, 2 marches. And we'll repeat that. Just make sure you know where that chair is behind you. Twenty seconds to go. Good job, everybody. Keep working. And rest. 30 seconds. And then we have one more exercise. This last exercise is our cross body punch. 5 seconds to get ready. And begin. Punch, reset, punch. I'm pivoting on my back foot. "30 seconds. Last 30 seconds of this circuit. Good job. Keep pushing. 10 seconds to go. And rest. Great work, everybody. Take a break, grab some water. We are done with this circuit. So I'm going to start explaining our next circuit here. You don't have to join me yet. Keep taking your rest break. Feel free to stay seated and keep drinking water. The first exercise today's cardio, so we're keeping up with some cardio. We're doing either a full jumping jack or a half jack, where you're stepping out and stepping in. And you can do this in sitting or standing. You can do a full jack and sitting or a half jack and sitting, okay? The next exercise, I'm gonna use weights for this, and it's gonna be an alternating power step, but stepping in 3 different directions. So my first power step, I'm gonna do forward on each leg, and then I'm gonna step to the side on each leg, and then step backwards with each leg. So I'm really close to my chair. You'll have to make sure you have some space. You can do the same thing if you're seated. Alternating power step out in front of you with each leg, to the side, and stepping back. So seated or standing, you can do those alternating power steps. And then last one is going to be a squat with 3 boxing moves. So we'll do a squat, and while you're in this squat, I want you to do a jab, cross, uppercut, and then come up. Each time, see if you can alternate what hand leads. You can squat, jab, cross, uppercut, and then come out of the squat. So those are our 3 exercises. I'm going to give everyone 1 more minute of rest, and then we will start with that next sequence. Same pattern, 1 minute on, 30 seconds off, and we'll repeat it twice. But then that's the last bit of intense cardio for today, I promise. For that third exercise, if you're staying in your seat, excuse me, instead of the squat, you can do that glute set. So doing a glute set where you're squeezing your bottom muscles, and then while you're squeezing them, do the jab, cross, uppercut. And that's how you can repeat that one. So 15-second warning. Let's get set up for that jumping jack or half jack, either seated or standing. At any time, if you need to take a break or alternate back into the half jack, you are welcome to do so. All right, let's get started. 1 minute on the clock. You can either do your full jack or your side jack. Remember, you can do this sitting or standing. Got options for this, but make it feel like a challenge. Halfway done, everybody. Good job. Twenty seconds to go. Keep pushing. Five, four, three, two, and one. Great work. Got a big cardio kick to start off this interval. I am going to make some room for myself for our next exercise. It's that alternating power step. Both feet will alternate stepping forward. Both feet are going to alternate stepping to the side. And then both feet are going to alternate stepping backwards. Seated or standing. 3 seconds. And begin. So forward, forward, side, side, back, back. And repeat it. Forward, forward, side, side, back, back. See if you can lead with the alternate foot. Forward, forward, side, side, back, back. And keep alternating what foot starts out that new sequence. Side, back, back. Forward, forward, side, side, back, back. Good. 30-second rest break. One more exercise that's new to us. It is our squat with our cross or our jab, cross, uppercut. Either standing or seated in your chair, you'll do that boxing sequence while you're holding a glute set. About 5 seconds to get ready. I'm going to grab my weights for this one. And let's begin. So I'm going to squat, jab, cross, uppercut, and stand up. And I'm going to switch what hand leads. Jab, cross, uppercut. Jab, cross, uppercut. Jab, cross, uppercut. Nice work, everybody. More than halfway done. Good work. 10 seconds to go. All right. Take a break. I'm going to give us a full minute break before we start back out again. We have one more round through each of those exercises. You guys are doing great. This is our last burst of high intensity today. High intensity aerobic exercise is awesome for our brain because it helps release dopamine. So it gets more dopamine in our system, so it makes it easier to initiate movement. Less freezing. About 20 seconds, and then we are back to our jumping jacks, either a full jumping jack or a half jack, seated or standing. 10 seconds to get ready. I need like a clock back here that counts it down for us. And let's begin. Everybody's looking good, off to a strong start. Halfway done, keep working hard. Fifteen seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great work. 2 more exercises of this circuit. About 20 seconds till we're going to start with that multi-direction power stepping. Doing a power step forward, a power step to the side, and a power step backwards. Each time you do the sequence, see if you can alternate what foot is going to lead. All right, let's begin. So forward, forward, side, side, back, back. And keep repeating, forward, forward, side, side, back, back. Forward, forward, side, side, back, back. About 20 seconds to go. Keep pushing. All right, take a break. 30 seconds left to rest. We have 1 more exercise. Looking strong. This is our squat with a jab, cross, uppercut, or if you're seated, it's a glute set where you're tightening your bottom muscles while you do that jab, cross, uppercut. Each time, see if you can lead with the other hand. Okay, last round. Squat, jab, cross, uppercut. Jab, cross, uppercut. Jab, cross, uppercut. Jab, cross, uppercut. Good job, everybody. About halfway done. Ten seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work. Grab some water, take a break. We are done with our cardio intervals today. We are going to get our mat set up for our power moves on the ground next. But take your time and give everyone another minute or two to keep resting and recover. If you are not getting down onto the ground, you can definitely do all the power moves seated today, kind of mimicking the ones that we did in our warm-up while we're doing the ones on the ground. But I definitely encourage you, if you're not trying them with us here today, try them in your bed. It's a great way to work on our posture muscles, and it's a great way to work on mobility so that it's easier to roll in bed. It's easier to get in and out of bed. It's a great set of skills that we want to maintain. So we're going to be doing the series laying on our stomach today. So if you have any back pain, a modification you can try is putting a pillow underneath your stomach. But I'm going to mosey on down there and get set up. So feel free to join me. All right. So before we start, bring your elbows under your shoulders and kind of just sink into this position, stretching your chest up. So my elbows are still on the ground, but I'm lifting my chest to feel that stretch in my spine. This is going to kind of be our home base position throughout these power moves. So I want to make sure that we're stretched into this movement. You guys look great. So for the first move, the power up, we're going to start with our arms out to the sides and then push through your hands to bring those elbows in. And so my elbows aren't straight like this, they're still touching the ground, but I'm straightening my chest up. That looks good. As a reminder, if you're seated, your power up move is leaning down and then stretching your arms out. If you're seated, this is what I want you to do along with us, okay? So let's do a series of these to warm up. Why don't we do 10 of them and let's count by 10s. So we're starting in this down position and then we'll push up. This is going to be 10. Good. Come back down. 20. Down. 30. Down. 40. Down. 50. Down. 60. Down. 70. Down. 80. Down. 90. And 100. So this is our home base for our next move. Our power rock is reaching up and across with wide fingers, like you're trying to reach to the side. If you're seated, you're doing that power rock, reaching across your body like we did in our warm-up. Alrighty, let's do 10 on each side for this one. So why don't we count up by 3s for this? So we'll end at 60. Ready? We'll always reset back in the middle in between each side. So this will be 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, halfway, 33, 36, 39, 42, 45, 48, 51, 54, 57, and 60. Great. So for our power twist, our next move, we're going to do this in kind of a sequence. So I'm going to initiate that roll, I'm going to tuck my arm through and roll onto my side so that my top knee is bent. And once I'm in this position, I'm going to open my top arm out as far as I can before my knee wants to lift. And then I'll come back to my side and roll onto my stomach. And then we'll repeat it to the other side. Where to initiate it, I'm going to tuck my arm through like I'm threading the needle, roll onto my side, my top knee is bent. And I'm going to open up as far as I can, but not so far that this knee lifts, and then come back together. If you're seated, your power twist looks like this. All right. And if you're seated, you'll probably go twice as fast as we do. So you maybe will do double time. So let's do 8 of these. We'll start by tucking one arm under roll onto your side so that your top knee is bent. Open, this will be 1. And then we'll go back onto our stomach. Good, now other side, tuck the arm through. Roll onto your side, your top knee's bent. Open and twist, that's 2. Back to your stomach. Tuck your arm underneath. Bend that knee up. This is 3. Back to that starting position. Tuck your arm under. This is 4. Halfway done, tuck through. Bend that knee. 5. Tuck through. 6. Tuck through. 7. And 1 more. Tuck through. 8. Nice job. Last power move is our power step. So I'm going to initiate this with my hands. My arm is going to take a big step out and a big step in, big step out, and big step in. So let's do 20 of these. If you're seated, you're going to do that power step with your leg. And why don't we count backwards by 2s, starting at 40 for this one. Ready? So this will be 40, 38, 36, 35, 34, messed myself up, 32, 30, 28, 26, 24, 22, 20, 18, 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, and 2. Nice work. Stay with me in this position. I have a couple core exercises that I want to do while we're still down here. So the first one that we're going to do is a field goal. So for this, my arms are going to be out in front of me to start, or a little bit to the side. So I'm going to lift my arms up, bring them down into kind of a field goal position, raise them back up, and then they come down. So this is working on our core and our posture strength, those muscles that hold our posture up against gravity. You can do the same field goal positioning if you're in sitting. You can do the arm reach overhead and then bringing your arms down, okay? So let's do 10 of these to make it easier. If your arms are wider, that is going to be easier. So if you're having trouble with your arms out in front of you, initiating that lift, bring them out to the side, lift, bend them in, and go out, okay? So we'll do 10 all together. Let's lift. That's 1. Lift. 2. Up. 3. Up. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Good work, everybody. Take a breather. That's probably our hardest one. I'm going to have us repeat it once, and then we'll move on to some easier ones. So we're going to do 2 sets of each of these exercises. If you had trouble with that lift, you may want to try it with your arms out to the side. This is quite a bit easier. If you lift from here, bend in, and then arms come more out to the side. If it is hard on your shoulders, or if you're having trouble lifting your arms when they're out in front of you, you can try it that way. Let's do 10 more and then we'll move on to the other ones. Same exercise. Lift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good work, everybody. Hard one is done. The next one that we're going to do is an alternating arm and leg. You can either have your arms out in front of you or out to the side. And as you lift, you're going to do an arm lift and a leg raise at the same time. So opposite arm and leg. And when you're lifting your leg, try to lift your whole thigh off, not just your lower leg, but the thigh too, so that you're getting a little bit higher lift. If you're seated, you can do an arm and leg march as we do this one. Your options to have your arms out in front of you as you do this, or out to the side. Out to the side is easier on those shoulders. All right. So I'm going to have us do 15 of these and we'll repeat it. So get ready with me in position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. All right, take a break. We're going to do one more round of 15 of that exercise. Another few seconds. If you're seated, please join us. You can still do the opposite arm and leg raise, even if you're not comfortable getting on the ground. Let's do one more set like that, 15. This time lead with the opposite arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Nice work, everybody. One more exercise down here, and then we'll get up. I'm going to have us do a plank either from our toes or from our knees. So if you're from your knees, I'm kneeling and making a straight line from my knees to my arms. Or you can come up onto your hands. I'm okay with either position. So lots of modifications for this, either hands to knees. I think it's a little bit harder to come down onto elbows, and you can come up on your toes. If you're seated, I want to give you your alternative. So if you're sitting in your chair, you're going to scoot to the front and do a lean back and hold where my back isn't, I'll show you sideways. So my back isn't touching the back of my chair. I'm leaning back, keeping my body straight to brace my core while we're holding, okay? So your option, either a plank, whether it's from your knees or your toes, or a seated lean back. I'm gonna have us hold that position twice for 20 seconds, and then we're done with our core today. So get yourself into position. A couple 20-second holds on the clock. Let me get my watch off so I can track it more accurately than just me counting. All right. And you ready? And go. So 20 seconds on the clock. Try to keep your back super flat. You can either be from your knees or from your toes, but I want to make sure your hips aren't up in the air, but that they're flat. 3, 2, and 1. Good, take a break. We have one more set of that, whether you're doing a plank or if you're in a chair doing a seated lean back. If that felt hard, if you were on your toes and it felt challenging to keep your back flat, try from your knees instead. You can still get a great core workout and be able to keep a straight flat position. So either option is great. One more round, everybody. Let's get set up and begin. 20 more seconds on the clock. Looking good. Halfway done. Three, 2, 1, and down. Nice work. Let's head back up to our chairs. Take your time. Good work, everybody. Grab some water, and then we're gonna finish with some cool down stretches. Everybody rocked it today. So while people are making their way back, we can start with just a couple overhead reaches. So we'll do 3 reaches overhead. And down. And as you come down, I'm gonna go all the way down, chin towards my knees and letting my hand clasp behind. Overhead again. And I'll do that same forward fold. My arms are gonna come behind my knees, chin towards my knees. One more. Reach up and forward fold. Let's reach for the back of our chair. So I'm going to brace my left hand on my right knee and twist for the back of the chair and hold it. Let's hold here for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch sides. Hand opposite hand to your knee to kind of brace with, and then reach for the back of the chair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Straighten one leg out in front of you. Bend forward at your hips. And we'll hold this stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then cross that leg up over your hip. I'm going to push down on my thigh and lean forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Stretch out that other leg in front of you. Bend forward at your hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Cross that leg over your hip and then lean forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's do a shoulder stretch. So cross one arm across your body, pull it towards you. You can do a hand circle here while we stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's do a neck stretch. So bring your ear towards your shoulder, gently pull down, and then tuck this hand behind your back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Roll your head to the other side, switch arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Roll your head back to the middle and then up. We are all done for today. Nice exercising with everybody this morning.